What if I told you the moon is quietly escaping from Earth? That it experiences violent, hours-long quakes deep below its dusty crust? And that footprints left behind over 50 years ago will remain perfectly intact for millions of years? These facts sound like something straight out of a sci-fi film, but every single one of them is 100% real.
Did you know?
The moon has captivated humanity for thousands of years. As the brightest object in our night sky after the sun, it has inspired ancient mythologies, guided ocean navigators, and fueled our boldest space missions. Yet despite looking up at it almost every single night, most people have no idea just how strange, active, and extreme our closest cosmic neighbor truly is. Today, we're taking a deep dive into 12 moon facts. Let's begin. Fact 1. The moon is slowly drifting away from Earth. When you look up at the moon, it feels fixed and eternal, but in reality, it is slowly abandoning us. Every single year, the moon moves about 3.8 centimeters, roughly 1.5 inches, farther away from Earth. That's about the same rate your fingernails grow. This subtle drift is caused by tidal friction. Earth's oceans bulge under the moon's gravity, and as Earth rotates faster than the moon orbits, that ocean bulge pulls the moon forward, transferring energy and boosting it into a higher orbit. How do we know this so precisely? During the Apollo missions, astronauts left behind specialized retroreflector mirrors. Scientists on Earth fire high-powered lasers at those exact coordinates every day, measuring the fraction of a nanosecond bounce time to track the moon's drift down to the millimeter. Fact 2. Moonquakes, rumbling in silence. We tend to think of the moon as a dead, frozen rock floating in space. But beneath its dusty surface, the moon is actively shaking. Seismometers placed by Apollo astronauts recorded thousands of moonquakes. Some are triggered by meteorite impacts, and others by the gravitational tug-of-war with Earth. But the most surprising quakes happen because the moon is slowly cooling down inside. As its interior cools, it shrinks and crumples like a drying grape, cracking its crust. Unlike earthquakes on Earth, which usually subside after a few seconds or minutes because wet soil absorbs energy, the moon is dry, rigid, and brittle. A major moonquake can vibrate and ring like a tuning fork for over an hour. Fact 3. Footprints that outlast civilization. On Earth, footprints on a beach or hiking trail disappear in minutes thanks to wind, rain, and shifting tides. But on the moon, time practically stands still. Because the moon lacks a substantial atmosphere, there is no weather. There is no wind to sweep away dust, no rain to wash away soil, and no rivers to erode the landscape. The famous boot prints left behind by Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and 10 other Apollo astronauts in the fine lunar dust will stay preserved for millions of years. The only thing that will eventually erase them is the slow, microbombardment of tiny space dust and micrometeorites over deep geologic time. Fact 4. The moon controls Earth's ocean tides. Every day, billions of gallons of ocean water rise and fall along coastlines around the globe, all thanks to a gravitational tug-of-war across 238,000 miles of space. The moon's gravitational pull tugs on Earth's water, creating two main bulging ocean swells, one on the side closest to the moon and one on the opposite side due to centrifugal force. Without the moon's steady gravitational grip, ocean tides would shrink by over 60%, drastically altering coastal weather systems, destabilizing marine life feeding cycles, and changing ocean currents worldwide. Fact 5. The moon doesn't actually glow. In art and poetry, the moon is celebrated as a radiant, glowing orb hanging in the darkness. But scientifically speaking, the moon produces zero light of its own. What you're seeing is pure reflected sunlight, and surprising as it sounds, the moon is actually terrible at reflecting light. The lunar surface is made of dark basaltic rock and regolith dust with an average reflectivity, or albedo, of only about 12%. That means the moon is roughly as dark as a worn asphalt road or a chunk of coal. It only looks blindingly bright to us because it sits against the jet black backdrop of deep space. Fact 6. One day on the moon lasts nearly a month. On Earth, we get used to a fast 24-hour cycle, roughly 12 hours of light followed by 12 hours of darkness. But on the moon, time moves at an agonizingly slow pace. Because of its slow rotation speed, a single lunar day, from one sunrise to the next, takes about 29.5 Earth days. That means if you were standing on the moon's equator, you would experience nearly 2 full weeks of relentless, burning daylight, followed immediately by 2 weeks of pitch black, sub-zero nighttime. If you're loving these lunar facts, take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe to Tina Fact. It helps us bring you more mind-blowing space stories. Fact 7. There is no real dark side of the moon. You've probably heard people refer to the dark side of the moon, but in astronomy, that's a complete myth. There is no permanent dark side. Every region of the moon receives equal sunlight over its 29.5-day cycle. The correct term is the far side. We only ever see one side of the moon from Earth because of a phenomenon known as tidal locking. Over billions of years, Earth's gravity slowed the moon's rotational speed until it matched its orbital speed exactly. It rotates on its axis at the exact same speed it orbits Earth, keeping one face perpetually turned toward us while the back side remains hidden from terrestrial view. Fact 8. Hidden water ice at the poles. For decades, scientists assumed the moon was an entirely bone-dry desert. But satellite radar and spectrometry revealed a game-changing secret hidden in deep space. Near the moon's north and south poles are deep impact craters with high rims. Because the moon has virtually no axial tilt, the bottoms of these craters haven't seen a single ray of sunlight in billions of years. Inside these permanently shadowed regions, temperatures drop to an icy -400 degrees F, -240 degrees C, trapping millions of tons of water ice. Future space agencies plan to harvest this ice for drinking water, split it for breathing oxygen, and convert it into liquid hydrogen rocket fuel. Fact 9. The moon lacks a protective atmosphere. Earth's thick atmosphere acts like a cozy blanket, distributing heat, generating weather, and shielding us from harsh solar radiation. The moon, however, has virtually no atmosphere, only an ultra-thin layer of gases called an exosphere. Because there is no atmosphere to hold heat, temperatures on the moon swing violently. In direct sunlight, the surface bakes at an excruciating 250 degrees F, 120 degrees C. But as soon as the sun sets, the surface plunges down to a brutal -208 degrees F, -130 degrees C. Without an atmospheric shield, the moon is also bombarded continuously by solar radiation, cosmic rays, and space debris. Fact 10. The moon is smaller than it looks. Because the moon dominates our night sky, it's easy to assume it's giant. But geometrically speaking, it's surprisingly small. The moon's diameter is roughly 2,159 miles, 474 km, about 1/4 the diameter of Earth. If Earth were scaled down to the size of a standard basketball, the moon would be roughly the size of a tennis ball sitting about 23 feet away. In fact, the entire surface area of the moon is roughly equal to the landmass of Asia, Russia, and Australia combined. Yet despite its modest size, its gravitational pull is what keeps Earth's axial tilt stable, preventing extreme climate swings. Fact 11. Born from a planet-shattering collision. Where did the moon actually come from? The leading scientific explanation is known as the giant impact hypothesis. Around 4.5 billion years ago, when our solar system was a chaotic shooting gallery, a protoplanet the size of Mars, named Theia, collided with the young, molten Earth at thousands of miles per hour. The catastrophic impact vaporized Theia and blasted a massive ring of superheated debris and magma into Earth's orbit. Over just a few years or centuries, gravity pulled that ring of molten rock together, coalescing it into the moon we see today. Fact 12. Only 12 humans have ever walked on its surface. Given how central the moon is to space exploration, many people assume dozens of people have explored its surface. But in all of human history, only 12 human beings have ever set foot on another world. All 12 were American male astronauts during NASA's 6 successful Apollo landings between July 1969 and December 1972. Since Harrison Schmitt and Eugene Cernan stepped off the moon during Apollo 17 over 50 years ago, no human has traveled back to lunar soil. However, with NASA's Artemis program and international space efforts ramping up, humans are finally preparing to return, this time to stay. Our moon may look like a quiet white circle hanging in the night sky, but beneath that layer of cosmic dust lies a world of extreme temperatures, ancient history, and unending mysteries. Which of these 12 moon facts surprised you the most? Did you know about moonquakes, or were you shocked by how far away it's drifting? Let us know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and love space science, give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button. Share it with a friend who loves astronomy. Join us on Tina Fact for more amazing Did You Know videos. Until next time, stay curious,